Harvard-Yale Regatta. The Harvard-Yale Regatta, or Yale-Harvard Boat Race, often abbreviated, the race, is an annual rowing race between the men's heavyweight rowing crews of Harvard University and Yale University. First contested in 1852, it has been held annually since 1859, with exceptions during major wars fought by the United States and the COVID-19 pandemic. The race is America's oldest collegiate athletic competition, predating the game by 23 years. It is sometimes referred to as the Yale-Harvard Regatta, though most official regatta programs brand it Harvard-Yale. Originally rowed on Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, it has since moved to the Thames River near New London, Connecticut. Although other locations for the race have included the Connecticut River at Springfield, Massachusetts, and Lake Quinsigamond at Worcester, Massachusetts, the Thames has hosted the race on all but 5 occasions since 1878, and both teams have erected permanent training camps on the Thames at Gales Ferry for Yale and at Red Top for Harvard. The race has been exclusively between Yale and Harvard except for 1897, when the race was held as part of a 3-boat race with Cornell on the Hudson River at Poughkeepsie, New York, where, although it lost to Cornell, Yale was deemed the winner of the Harvard-Yale race. Due to the COVID-19, there was no Yale-Harvard Regatta in 2020, the first cancellation since 1945. History. On May 24, 1843, with the arrival of the Shell Whitehall in New Haven, Yale University founded the first collegiate crew in the United States. A year later, Harvard founded their boat club. These boat clubs served primarily a social purpose until Yale's 1852 issuance of a challenge to Harvard to test the superiority of the oarsmen of the two colleges. Dr. James M. Whitten, Yale, 1853, and Joseph Mansfield Brown, Harvard, 1853, were the prime movers in bringing about the race. The idea of a race was suggested by James N. Elkins, the superintendent of the Boston, Concord, and Montreal Railroad, during a train journey with Dr. Whitten. The first Harvard-Yale boat race and the first American intercollegiate sporting event took place on August 3, 1852. In this 2-mile 3.2 km contest, Harvard's Wannita prevailed over Yale's Shawmut by about 2 lengths, with Yale's Undine finishing third. The first-place prize was a pair of black walnut. The trophy oars were awarded to Harvard by General Franklin Pierce, who in 1853 became the 14th President of the United States of America. Today, the 1852 trophy oars are the oldest intercollegiate athletic prize in North America. The race distance was increased to 3 miles 4.8 km for the second rendition in 1855, and to the current 4 miles 6.4 km in 1876. The Oxford-Cambridge Boat Race is the only longer side-by-side rowing event in the world, though slower stream makes the Yale-Harvard race 1 to 3 minutes longer. Originally, the race was just between the varsity crews, but there are now 3 events: the 2-mile 3.2 km freshman race, the 3-mile 4.8 km junior varsity race, and the 4-mile 6.4 km varsity race. The varsity crews compete for the Sexton Cup, the junior varsity for the F. Valentine Chappell Trophy, and the freshmen for the New London Cup. Hoyt C. Pease and Robert Chappell Jr. trophies are awarded to the team that wins the majority of the 3 races. Typically the day before the freshman, junior varsity and varsity races, there is a 2-mile 3.2 km race between the spares for both crews. These combination boats are made up of second freshman boat and third varsity boat rowers, i.e., the combine or combo race. The winner of this race gets the James P. Snyder Cup, as well as the right to paint its school's colors on the rock at Bartlett's Cove for the next day's races. Currently, Harvard leads the Varsity Series at 95.55, the second Varsity JV at 75.38, and the Freshman Series at 72.39.1. Yale holds the upstream course record with its time of 18:35.8 in 2015. The Crimson set the downstream and Thames River course mark of 18:22.4 in 1980. Trophies. The Sexton Cup is presented to the winner of the varsity heavyweight race. The trophy is actually a combination of two former rowing trophies. The bottom is the original base of the Sexton Cup, with year-by-year results of race winners, while the upper portion retains the Yale and Harvard seals from the trophy which was awarded to the winner of the now discontinued Graduate Eights race. The F. Valentine Chappell Trophy presented to the winner of the second varsity heavyweight race. Previously used for a discontinued event in this regatta, it was redesignated in 1983 to be awarded to the victor in the junior varsity contest. The New London Cup is presented to the winner of the freshman race. The City of New London donated this silver award in celebration of its bicentennial, and it is inscribed with the seal of the City of New London and engraved with a ship bearing Mare Liberium Freedom of the Seas. As of 2014, both schools began boating a 3V lineup for this race, rather than an all-freshman lineup. Hoyt C. Pease and Robert Chappell Jr. Trophy is presented to the crews who win two or more of the varsity. This sterling silver bowl was donated by George Pugh, Yale class of 1958, in honor of Pease and Chappell with the inscription, named in honor of their great contribution over 4 decades to the spirit and success of the boat race. The James Snyder Cup is awarded to the winning crew of the combination race of the Harvard-Yale Regatta, which is held annually in New London, Connecticut. The combination crews are typically composed of rowers from the third varsity and second freshman boats of their respective programs. Traditionally, the two crews race a 2-mile 3.2 km course the day before the regatta, with the winning crew earning both possession of the cup and the right to paint the large rock surface south of Bartlett's Cove, typically the most popular viewing spot for the regatta's main events the next day, with their school's colors. The James P. Snyder Cup was dedicated in honor of James P. Jamie Snyderman Snyder by the Yale heavyweight crew class of 2005 following the Harvard-Yale Regatta held on June 11, 2005. The cup was donated in honor of Jamie's years of dedicated service to both the Yale heavyweight crew and the Yale crew program as a whole. In 1995 and 1996, Jamie served as an assistant coach of the Yale women's crew, leading the 1995 third varsity to a 10-4 record. After becoming an assistant with the men's heavyweight squad, Jamie led the 1997 third varsity crew to an undefeated season, an Eastern Sprints gold medal, and a victory in the combination race of the Harvard-Yale Regatta. Jamie's 1999 combination crew earned the right to paint the rock as well. Currently, Jamie serves as the assistant coach of the women's program. In 2006, he led his third varsity 4 to a third-place finish at the Eastern Sprints, and in 2007, 2008, 2009, he coached the varsity 4 to gold medals at Eastern Sprints and a 6th. In addition to coaching Yale crews during the season, Jamie has served as caretaker of Gales Ferry, the home and training site for the Yale men's heavyweight crew during preparation for the Harvard-Yale Regatta since 1878. He has also served as director of the Yale University Community Rowing Program since its inception in the summer of 1999. Originally established as a small pilot program, the program has since grown to include over 100 youth participants annually, providing rowing opportunities for organizations such as the National Youth Sports Program, American School for the Deaf, and the Connecticut Special Olympics. Results. Varsity Race. Number of wins, Harvard 95, Yale 58. Most consecutive victories, Harvard 18, 1963, 1980. Course downstream record, Harvard 1980, 18 min 22. 4 sec, average speed 13. 1 miles per hour 21. 1 km/h. Course upstream record, Yale 2019, 18 min 30. 9 sec, average speed 12. 9 miles per hour 20. 8 km/h. Narrowest winning margin, 0. 2 sec Yale, 1914. Largest winning margin, 1 min 43 sec Harvard, 1870 Ninia. Yale ran into Harvard, which was leading at the turning stake. B. Yale collided with Harvard. C. Yale stroke broke oar and dove overboard. Yale still won the race. D. Triangular races included Cornell. Cornell won. E. Yale stroke ejected from shell near 3-mile mark. F. Shortest race in series history. G. Yale's 7-seat lost oar and dove overboard at 2-mile mark. H. The Harvard boat swamped in rough conditions, and the race was abandoned with Yale ahead. Junior varsity race. Number of wins, Harvard 77, Yale 40. Most consecutive victories, Harvard 9, 1967, 1975. Narrowest winning margin, 0. 2 sec Yale, 1952. Largest winning margin, 1 min 20. 5 sec Yale, 1981. Freshman/third varsity race. Number of wins, Harvard 75, Yale 41 dead heat. Most consecutive victories, Harvard 11, 1965, 1976. Narrowest winning margin, 0. 4 sec Yale, 1935. Largest winning margin, 46 sec Harvard, 1940. Final time and entry was composed entirely of freshmen. B. Yale's 3 Vate competed in this event. Combination race. Begun in 1920, the combination boat is manned by rowers from the 3rd varsity and 2nd freshman boats, the strongest substitutes available to the junior varsity and freshman boats. Number of wins, Harvard 18, Yale 5. This was the inaugural contest for the James P. Snyder Cup.